Yes. So we often talked about the BMW 1M, that the market has been strong, but it clearly is really strong. So this is a Valencia orange car, which is the color, but it was one owner, had 24,000 miles on it, which for one of these is a decent amount.
Yeah, you see them with 10 sometimes.
It's still transacted for $72,000, which is a ton.
Sticker was what, 50 probably?
55, I think, yeah, something like that. Actually, probably is pictured.
It's crazy to me, especially that this car is so desired. There you go.
Yeah, boom.
6.
Who knows his BMWs?
It's crazy to me that these cars are still so valuable, especially because it was followed up with a car that was more powerful, still had a manual. They did a CS version of the next gen. They did a competition version of the next gen. Like everything that they usually when a car becomes valuable, it's because the next gen screwed up things like the Ford GT. All right, if we're being serious, you know, the new one is a tip, is a turbo, is a V6. Yeah. And that has vaunted the old one. This car, that wasn't the case. BMW followed this up with a car that is by all measures better. However, the market is just in love with this car.
Well, yeah. I mean, this one is just
and I agree. Yeah. I'm in love with it too.
It's same the SL65 versus SLR argument. It's more than just what it is on paper.
That's right. It is more than just what it is on paper. It is a special car in a way that is not just about the way it steers and handles and feels.
I love the way it drives. That overboost function that kicks into is so cool. It just does it automatically. I think it's if you're full throttle as well, it like uses the throttle position sensor, and it will give you, I think it's like 7 seconds of like
7
overboost.
seconds.
Yeah, it's impressive. And so I think if you have it, I really like these cars. I
do too.
We've sold this many.
We've sold quite a few, 16 of them. But I drove this one.
Is this on your list?
Wonderful. Nah, this is too refined for Nick.
Yeah, it's too nice.
I'm sorry, it just
our mutual friend Mark has had 2, 3, something like that. Like it does seem like the people that buy them too get really into them, like cult following.
Yeah.
Like they sell them, they regret them, they immediately buy a nicer one, kind of like that's a very normal thing to do here.
It is a really, really, really special car.
Special, cool, and the values reflect that.
It's funny, when I bought my TT RS, I thought, oh, this will be like the 1M. It'll get a cult following. And TT RS, for some reason, never had the same effect that the 1M did, even though they were both like special enthusiast-only vehicles, certain low production manual.
Yeah, that is a little odd when you think about it, because TT RS was probably similar production numbers. Yeah. It was also based on a car where the regular one was not not that special. Yeah. It was also it was 1 year, right? 12
and 13, I want to say.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that these cars never really took off.
And
at the
same with
level.
the one that followed it was quote unquote better, but like the old one was more special. Like this is when there was like a Facebook petition from Audi to bring this to America. Like clearly a marketing ploy, but at the same time, like
I think that might be the difference. This car was always viewed as a skunk works car that was never supposed to exist, and that made it really cool. And then BMW made it. And same thing with the Z3M Coupe. Like that car was never supposed to exist. It was something that engineers did in their spare time. Yeah, and it kind of added to the allure.
Yeah, that still is brought up when people talk about the 1M. Is it was like this car that was like kind of cobbled together, but almost made it like.
It was the best parts of what is one of the best M cars. The E9X M3 is a fantastic car. They put that in a much smaller package.
And it reminds us all of the 2002 and the E30. And I think that also plays a role.
And it was at that time when cars were beginning to get bigger and heavier. And it was the last
We talk about the mid-2000s, but there were a few cars that sort of carried it on even beyond that. And this was one of them. This car did not come from the mid-2000s, but it has that ethos.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you a story about the 1M that I may have told you before, but I don't think I've told in this pod. You know, the first time I ever drove one? Have I ever told you this?
I don't think so.
At Porsche, we would occasionally do, I have a picture of it in here somewhere. We would occasionally do swaps with other automakers. I'm trying to find the date. So they could drive our product and we could drive their product. Honestly, it's probably illegal and collusory, but we would do it. And and at some point, BMW sent us a Valencia Orange 1M.
Wow.
And I'm trying to find the picture here, the exact date, but here it is. And I got it on March 6, 2012 for one night.
One night.
It went around the office. There was no reason for me to drive it other than the people who were in power of these cars knew I was an enthusiast and thought I would like it. And so I got it March 6, 2012 for one night. Here's a picture of my friend Andrew driving the car. for the one night. We're at a gas station. We probably had to probably drove it, like pulled an all-nighter in the car. And I absolutely fell in love with the car that one night. And I remember March 2012 at that time, there were still allocations available.
Wow.
And I can't remember if someone from our office did it or a friend of someone from our office did it, but went through someone we knew at Porsche who knew a BMW person and got it in an allocation.
Oh, cool.
And she said, Patty, the person who went, was the BMW like go-between. She's like, if you want one. And I was
Turns
like,
out.
I don't know. It's 50 grand. I'm not sure. Would have been cool.
Just roughly what they sell for now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
nice
mean,
ones,
they just
nice ones even more, obviously.
Yeah,
but
they just really have not I mean, this guy bought this and it was $55,000 car thereabouts. Drove it 43,500 miles and
sold it for 50 grand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there just aren't that many modern cars you can do that with.
I still remember that one night. I've driven them several since then, but that one night was like all I really needed to understand just how special that car was. And this was coming from, at the time, I drove a lot of Porsches very frequently, and it was clear to me then that it was a really special car.
I love that one night impression.
Yeah.
I remember when Chris Harris had a Veyron for a night, and he in Germany, and he took it in southern Germany where you have the true de-restricted autobahns, and he took that and it was a 997, I think. .1 GT3 RS, and that was the chase car. And he said, there's great video of it where he just lays into it. I think he did 220 miles an hour on public roads with it, which probably was maybe Bugatti didn't want him to do, but he did it anyway. But it's just the Porsche it's just not even close. It was a great demonstration of speed, but it was all night. He just drove it all night.
To have a Vey to just drive around.
That'd be a good podcast question. You can only have a car for one night. You can never own it or drive it again. Selena 7 would be mine, but you'd pick a car you wouldn't want to be stuck with, but really want to experience.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a great question.
That is a great question.
Speaking of
Ask
questions,
it for next week.
Stop wearing crappy shirts and try True Classic. True Classic are the guys who set out to make premium, comfortable clothing without the designer price tag. I'm Crazy Nick, and I am wearing head-to-toe True Classic because I like simple, easy stuff that I don't have to think about while my mind is having ADD issues, wondering where my multipla is, when my Bentley is going to get fixed, or any of the other things going on. Whether you're flexing in your Mercy or just picking your kids up from school in your daily driver, try True Classic. No bunching, no stiff fabric, just clean, effortless comfort. And clearly, people agree. True Classic has sold over 25 million shirts, which is more cars than Maserati will ever sell in their lifetime, and have over 5 million happy customers, with 200,000 five-star reviews. Their shirts fit where they should, feel incredible, don't break the bank, yada, yada, yada. You get that confident, put-together look without the designer markup. Forget the overpriced brands or cheap throwaway stuff, and try True Classic. It's built for comfort, built to last, and built for guys who actually get out and drive or work on their vehicles. You can find them at Amazon, Target, Costco, Sam's Club, or head to trueclassic.com/cars to try them out for yourself. That's trueclassic.com/cars.